Good morning, Canadian Yarn Heart. My name is Alyssa, and today we're going to do this little orange pumpkin coaster, or applique if you want to call it that, because it is a little smaller than my other coasters. As you'll see, it's a little bit smaller, but I really wanted to do the shape of a pumpkin. So I'm going to move you over to the overhead cam, and I'll talk to you about the details, and we'll get started. So, in this we're going to be using a 4mm hook. I have a tiny little bit of this color and this color, just tiny little bits. And then I'm using the bright orange of Loops and Threads Classic Cotton. Pretty sure any cotton you have, cotton yarn will work, but this is the one I actually have, and this is the one I used. So we are going to make a magic circle, and you're going to crochet or chain two chains, just like my other coasters, 2, and then you're going to single crochet 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tighten that up, and you're going to grab those 2 loops right there, 2 bars. So then you're going to chain 2, and this is going to be your full increase row. So what you're going to do is you're going to so you chain 3, because what you're going to do is you're going to do double crochets now. So you're going to double crochet 1 and 2, and you're going to do that for each stitch that you come across on this second row. So this is 1, 2, and the double crochets are going to come in important later on, which is why we're using them. I've seen coasters that use all single crochets and then they double crochet, and it just didn't look right. I didn't like the looks of it, so this is the one I came up with that I liked. Now you are going to double crochet that row. That's a second row, and then we will be back. So this was double crochet each stitch in increase in each row. The next one will be one single double crochet, and then 2 increased double crochets. So you do just like you're doing here, where you do every single increase. The other one you'll have 1 stitch in between. So I will come back when I'm done the next row. Actually, I'm here to show you how to do the one, and then how to do the first couple of stitches. So you're just going to go in that, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, and then your increased double crochet, 1, 2. So you're going to do that all the way around, and when we get to the end, I will show you the next row. So now that we've gotten to the end of that row, we're just going to do that. You go 1, 2, 3. Now this one you are going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then you're going to increase. But when you get to halfway around, I'll stay with you, because when we get to halfway around, we're going to change it. So that is what you're going to do until you get to about that stitch. So if you want, you can put a marker, place a stitch marker right here, because that's about where you're going to want to do the next part. So I do hope to earn your like and subscription. I would love to hear you in a question, comment, or concern, by all means. Anything you just want to say hello or whatever, by all means, love to hear from you. This one is your final row. So what we're going to be doing up here is you're just going to within a stitch of the stitch marker. Oh wait, I haven't been increasing, so 2, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, and then this one will be an increase, but this increase will be a little different than your other ones. You're going to double crochet in one stitch, and then you're going, actually no, I can do 2 double crochet because it's the next one. So then the next one, after you do your 2 double crochet, you're going to do a half double, slip stitch, move your stitch marker, a half double, and if you notice, that's how you're getting the a little bit of a sweetheart, for lack of a better words. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double crochet in this one because I didn't worry so much about the double crochets there. And then you're just going to finish doing one. Actually, I'm not going to do half double crochets. I think I'm going to do singles. I want a little more pronounced. So single, slip, single, and then double crochet. Let's see how that looks. Do a second double crochet in that one. There we go. That's a pretty good bump. So then 1, 2, increase. Actually, if you notice, there's an increase there, so I'm going to increase on that one. And then 1, 2, increase, because that gets you back into pattern. And 1. Pretty sure with this one, I just did double crochet, single, or slip stitch. This is very pronounced, and I really want to see if I can do that again. So I'm going to try that one more time. So maybe what I'll do is I'll double crochet right the next one, slip stitch, and then double crochet. And I think that might be what I did. That's what happens when you don't write it down. 2, so 1, 2, increase. Yeah, I like that one better. Okay, so that's what I must have done. And any one, you can do any which way you want it. I mean, I happen to like the look of 2 pronounced ones there to make an almost an N. 1, 2, and as I said, this is your final row, so you're just going to come all the way around doing the rest of the pattern of increases. So 2 stitches, 1 increase. I should say 2 double crochet stitches, 1 double crochet increase. Double crochet increase. And now I normally would say slip stitch into that. You're going to slip stitch into that. So now you have what looks like that. You're going to grab that, and we're going to tuck in both the tails. And then you're going to make a foundation chain row is what the next one we'll be doing is called. And what it is it's how a lot of people will, if you're doing a blanket and you have a chain, or you could do a cardigan. I happen to like doing chains That's how I like happening to start it. It's very similar, easy. I have no problems with it. A lot of people don't like chains. Their chains are too tight, which there are ways around that. You can easily use a smaller hook, or a larger hook, I'm sorry. A larger hook, one size larger, will give you a hole, a better hole. That's a really good way to do it. You could even go a full size up if you need to. I have not found that I need to do that. Pardon me. But what it is it's a chainless way of starting your project. So we're just going to tighten that up. This is the back. Trim off these edges. So those are done. Get that yarn out of the way. So now that's pretty much done for that. What you're going to do for the foundationless chain is, and I only did about 4 chains. So what you want to do, it's too much of a tail. Don't need that much of a tail to tie it in. So there's that. Now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to wrap around because you're doing a double crochet foundation chain. And if you notice, I'm going into that first chain. Now you're going to single crochet, 1, 2, double. Wrap around, and you go into that second chain that you did because that's your extra stitch. So you go chain 1 and then double crochet. And that is your foundation chain row. So you always want to go in 1. So you have a full stitch there, you can see, and then 1 and 2. Now I don't think I need to go any more than that. So I'm going to trim the edge because you don't want a long stem. Now you can either pull that one back down and that'll be your top, or you can pull them both here. I want to pull them both here because I think that'll look a better stem. So I'm going to take this little guy and darn down this edge. So you're going to go into each of these and you're going to come down and then pull it tight. And in here, go over and pull through, and that'll tighten it. And then I like to tie these two together because then you know these two are going to go in together. Tighten them up. And on your needle. And then you're just going to go into that stitch. Now I'm only going to grab one tail now. And I'll take the longer one because it'll give me a bit more room to work, which I don't need a lot, but go in, back in, and you're just going to try and tighten them on so he won't come off. And like I said, I like to tie another knot just to make sure they do not come undone or come off. Now, you're going to tie these ends up and in. And this is called a foundation chain row. Some people swear by them. I use them when I need them. I prefer my chains. So we're going to just put this up and on. Now we're going to make the curly Q vine. And that. Now your curly Q vine is very, very simple. And what it does is you're going to chain, I think I chained 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to use this stitch And you're just going to double crochet, single crochet in each stitch. So you're just going to 2 in each single crochets. 1, 2, and you're going to do that all the way along the chain. And as you're going, you'll notice you're already curling. And this is how you make a vine, a tentacle, whatever it is you're making. If you want it, something that like hair that's very curly, this is how you would do it. And you just 2 single crochets in each stitch will give you a curly cue. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can do it in this last one if you can get your hook in. I like to utilize everything I have. That's where your slip stitch was, or your slip knot when you started it. You made the very first knot on the stitch. That's where you did it. And now this one, as I said, tie them up. Thread it through the needle. Edge. There we go. Now you're going to just put it right in there. And you have your little curlicue now. Because I do find pumpkins or pumpkin patterns like to have that line there. And if you noticed, I had that one come out, which was totally okay, because now I will tie it at the back. And that'll keep it more pulled to the back, so it shouldn't pull in front of you when you want to put your drink on your coaster. So now we're just going to darn these ends in. And you can do them individually or both together. I'm going to do them individually just because they're different lengths and the curly cue will look better, I think. Just darn them up and in. 1, 2, 3, up and in, pull out, and there you have it. There's your finished coaster. And not entirely sure why they're not the exact same size. Maybe I did double crochet on the first one instead of single. But either way, can't really tell. Doesn't look bad. And there you go. You could have done another row if you want a little bit larger. But there you have it. I hope to hear from you. I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.